Welcome back. In the previous section, we have shown up some static cat and dog images and some buttons over the web page here. Also, we did some styling over them. But when we clicked on like or dislike buttons, nothing actually happened. In this section, we will make our buttons to be able to listen to its click events. Precisely, we want to attach an event handler by passing a callback method to our button element to respond on its click event. Alright, let's start doing it with cat component first. There is an onClick attribute or prop over button element, and this is just like onClick handler for HTML element, but only difference being camel case convention. Let me write it and show it to you. This is how we write onClick attribute for button element in React. OnClick expects a callback function to be assigned to it, which gets invoked when the button is clicked, and also callback gets the click event as its argument. And we can put any valid JavaScript code inside curly braces in JSX, which means we can even define a function here inside braces. So let's define our callback function to onClick event directly over here. So I'm going to write a function definition like this. Okay, let's do the same for our dislike button also. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it here. Alright. Let's add a console log to these callback methods to verify the output based on which button is clicked. So I'm going to add logs like this. Console.log cat component like button clicked. Similarly, for dislike button, cat component dislike button clicked. Okay, let's save it and let's head on to the browser to check its functionality. Let's open up our console first. Okay, let's remove these warnings and let's clear this for a while. Okay, and if I click on like button of cat component, it shows the correct log cat component like button clicked. And if I click on its dislike button, it shows cat component dislike button clicked. But if I click on like or dislike buttons of dog component, nothing is shown because we haven't written any click events for them. Alright, let's head back to the editor now. Notice that as we add more and more lines of code inside our event handlers or callback functions body, it makes our JSX code bloated and not readable. It's always a better practice to create it as a separate method inside class and assign it to our onClick event. Also, we can define callback function inside our render method itself and everything just works fine. But it's generally not a good practice to do that because every time whenever our component gets re-rendered, those functions will get created again and again, which is a performance hit. But we will see some scenarios where we have to sometimes define our callback functions inside the render method itself. Okay, but for now, let's define them as a methods inside class itself. I'm going to give the name of my method that gets assigned to like buttons onClick event as handle like button click, like this. Handle like button click. Similarly, I'm going to define handle dislike button click. Handle dislike button click. That gets passed to dislike buttons onClick property inside our cat component. And let's cut paste the logs over here accordingly. I'm going to cut this log and I'm going to paste it inside my handle like button click method. Similarly, I'm going to cut this log and I'm going to paste it inside my handle dislike button click method. Finally, we have to pass these callback methods to like and dislike buttons onClick property. One thing to note here, now that they are methods of class, we have to address them using this keyword when we are accessing them. So I'm going to delete these callback definitions, which I have mentioned previously, this one also. And I'm going to replace it with, for like button, it will be this dot handle like button click callback method. And for dislike button, it will be this dot handle dislike button click callback method. Okay. Let's save it and do the same for our dog component as well. I'm going to use the magic of copy and paste here. Let's change this C to capital also, and I'm going to copy this callback method definitions. And let's head over to our dog components code and let's paste it over here inside our class, dog component class. And let's change these terms to dog. And here. Fine. And define our onClick property inside our buttons. and set it to this dot handle like button click for like button, and similarly for dislike button on click equal to this dot handle dislike button click. Fine. Let's save it and let's save our cat components code also once finally. Okay, alright. And let's head over to the browser to check if everything is working fine. Okay, there are some warnings mentioned on the console. Let's clear them up for now. And let's click on all these buttons and we will verify the logs. I'm going to click on dog components like button and we can get to see our log dog component like button clicked. Similarly on dislike button, dog component dislike button clicked. I'm going to click on cat components like button, which shows the log cat component like button clicked. And it's dislike button, cat components dislike button clicked. Fine. You might have already noticed that we are wasting our lot of time in just copy pasting everything from cat component to dog component, which is adding code duplication and it's not a good practice. If you look at our cat and dog components right here in the browser, you will see that there is not a lot of difference between the two. Both these components have player name, either cat or dog, followed up by the image and then like and dislike buttons. Both of these cat and dog components share same inline styles also. Only difference I see between the two is the name of the pet and the image, that is image URL that we pass to src property of image tag. So instead of creating two components that share same functionality, we can create a single reusable component that can render both our cat and dog components, which will remove code duplication also. Alright, let's do that next.